Hey guys, Braden from Adrenaline Rush Sports Australia. In the last episode we talked about wingtip lines and how this can affect your kite and affect your rear lines and the performance of that. On this episode of the Kite Fit program and talking about a little bit of kite tech here is we're going to try and understand what the front wingtip lines do or your front bridles would do. Now the principles behind your front lines are the same whether you ride a 5-line C kite like the GP or you ride a 4-line kite like a TS or an RPM or whatever, switchblade, whatever kite that you do fly. Now basically on your kites you have a couple of different settings if they have the ability. You notice here we've got a freestyle setting and a wake style setting. So basically what that does, and this is what I found on the GPs in particular, is it will help you determine whereabouts that kite will sit in the wind window. Now, in the previous video, I mentioned that I have a couple of different GPs. I have a 9, 11, 13, and I have a couple of different settings on each kite. So when it comes to freestyle, wake style settings on these kites in particular, I found that I liked the 9 meter to be on the freestyle setting, simply because with the wake style setting, when I did unhook, it would load up and shoot forward into the wind window, a little bit too quick for my likings, where when I had it on the freestyle settings, it just found like it just flew a little bit better for me. Now, if you had a 4-line kite that had the ability to change it as well, so some kites definitely offer that option, the principles are the same. It just changes whereabouts in the position of the window the kite's going to fly. So if you were flying on the wake style setting, it might sit further back into the wind window. So as you load and popped it, it would shoot forward and give you a lot more slack in your lines. Where the freestyle setting, it might sit a bit further forward. That's just what I've noticed, and especially with these kites in particular. But if you are unsure about it, like, it doesn't hurt to try it. Go out for a session, even for like 20 minutes, fly it on a freestyle setting or a different setting, and then go out and then change, put the kite back down and change it, and just see how it affects your kite. But that's what I found with this setting in particular. And that's the thing that I always like to do with the gear that I get, especially with the new gear that I get. Just trim it, try and figure out what you like and what you don't like with that particular kite. Now my 11 and 13 it might be a little bit different. I know that I usually run the wake style on the 11 and the 13 just because I feel, for me, in my own timing, suits it a little bit better. But that's the front wingtip lines. I hope you learned something about that today. I'm Braden from Adrenaline Rush, and I'll see you next episode. Cheers, guys.
Check out adrenalinerush.net.au for all the links.